I love you.
Empty promises. Empty words.
I've been getting a lot of questions and I haven't had a chance to answer all of them. So I figured I would just make a video and put all of them together, kind of just like generalize all the questions. That's literally so good, it tastes like lemon. So since my last video, I've been here for a total of like 9 months because I made that video as soon as I got here. I've been here for like 9 months and I'm about to get ready to leave to go home for a month, and that's when I hit my 1 year mark on March. So the beginning of March I will be home finally, and I could have went home for the holidays, but you had to kind of pick and choose. Like if I took leave for the holidays, then I wasn't gonna take leave to go home at the beginning of the year. So I would rather a month on March than 2 weeks now for Christmas. So as you see, I have my little Christmas tree set up right now. Right now I'm in the barracks, so this is my barracks room. And okay, I'm gonna answer some of the questions that I got. Okay, so what made you want to join? So a lot of people join just because like they're not sure what they want to do, or they just want to use the experience to like use it in their career later on in life. I kind of just joined just because I thought it was really cool, the idea of... Sorry, I was making sure that it was recording. I was like, if this isn't recording right now, just the idea of being in the military I thought was really cool. I wanted to be able to like experience actually being in the military and knowing what it's like day by day, and knowing what being really far away from home is like. And I know it's crazy that I like willingly chose that, but I mean, I could have went to college and all of that, but I just, now I'm doing college while I'm in, and you can do both. I'm traveling, I'm seeing like a whole different side of the world, and I just think it's super cool, and that's why I personally did it. Do you like your job? Okay, so I am an MA, which is a Master at Arms in the Navy, and that's kind of the same thing to military police and like every other branch. So I chose the job because everything else that they offered me just didn't really catch my attention. And it's not necessarily what the thing said I was going to do, like all of these cool things, but I do like my job. I mean, it's kind of repetitive. It's actually really repetitive. You do the same thing every single day, but that's a good thing. That the fact that like your job so well. I do like my job. It gets a little boring sometimes, but a boring day is a good day. So, there's nothing that I could really complain other than you work long hours, but you also only work half a week, so it makes up for it. How's it like to be an MA? Being an MA is really tiring. I think that's like how I can explain it. So all these other jobs work like 7 to 3 or like 7 to 4. We work around like 15 hours a day on our working days. We're supposed to work 12, but between arming up and downloading, and we end up working like 15. Still get that sleep. You could still easily go to the gym after work and be in bed by 7, and giving you like 7 hours of sleep if you wake up at 2 in the morning the next day. So it's not that bad. And then you always get like your days off, for sure. You get them off. Sometimes they give you training days and all of that stuff, but you still get your days off, and you only work half a week. So every other weekend you have 3 days off, and every week you work like 2 days and then have off 2 days and then work 2 days. And then what is there to do in Bahrain? So Bahrain is a really small island, and I personally haven't done nowhere near everything there is to do here. And I kind of am waiting. I'm just like, I have 2 years here. I have so much time to just do everything. But yeah, I just don't feel like I'm in a rush. So here there's American Alley, which is like that long alley right off of base where it's all American restaurants and just all types of restaurants. There's the City Center Mall, which is like a huge mall. Seaf Mall, which is another huge mall. There's go-karting here. There's ice skating, there's fairs, there's Amwash Islands, which is like a downtown Disney, would be like in Florida. I don't know if you guys, I know not everyone's from Florida, but that's how I could explain it. It's like a huge, like a horseshoe of just restaurants all around, and it's like two stories, and there's lights, and it's like a little island. The beach is right there. It's beautiful. There's also different like resorts that are right next to the beach, and you can jet ski and do all of that. There's the Tree of Life where you can ride four-wheelers around, and there's there's the camel farm, the zoo. There's a lot to do here, other than just obviously there's like the bar, the nightlife, like the bars where I'm not gonna lie, like that's usually what we do. We go to the bars and we'll play like beer pong, and then we'll go to the clubs. Usually it's like Cavallos and Wranglers or something like that. So it's like everyone just usually does the same thing, which is like what we're used to doing. We don't go out of our comfort zone, but once in a while we'll just like all go ride jet skis, or just all go to like a brunch, which they do here a lot, and there's a lot to do. Like, it's not boring. Experience in the military so far. So my experience so far in the military, it's been it's gone by so fast. I've been in for over a year now, and I remember graduating last year and being like, boot camp went by so fast, and now it's been a year, almost like over a year, and I'm just like, I'm almost in Bahrain for a year, which is crazy. It just goes by so fast. It literally flies by, and you meet really, really amazing people. I've met so many people, and they come and go obviously because their time comes to leave somewhere else. But it's definitely eye-opening. It's just crazy to me. Sometimes I'm like, I really am in the Middle East with like no one that I know from back home. I haven't seen my mom or my little brother in over a year, or like my best friend, which is really crazy to me. But the experience I think it's definitely worth it. It's worth everything. I'm not going to sit here and be like I am in love with being in the military, but I definitely like grateful that I chose to do this, just because it's only 4 years of my life, and I'm definitely going to experience something that not everyone will have. You get to travel being an MA. So, not really, no. Me, I've traveled only like on my own. So, being in Bahrain, you're pretty close to like everything else. So, like Dubai is like 30 minutes away. Paris, Europe is like right there. Closer than it would be to where I'm from usually. So, I've been traveling basically on my own. Like, I went to Paris a couple of months ago. I'm going to go to London in February, and I'm hoping to go to Dubai before I leave here. And that's just on my own, like, money and leave days. It's just on me. You could, though, if you are, like, CRG, or if you're, like, an MA on a ship, things like that, then you would travel a lot. But we are stationed here, so we don't really leave Bahrain. What's the weather like? So, the weather in Bahrain right now, it's cold to us. And cold here is 85 degrees apparently. Not really. So, the lows here have been like 70s. But the highest it was during the summer when I first got here was 100. It was like feeling like 135, but it was really like 113 or 115. I'm not really sure. But it was so hot. It was ridiculous. I'm just over the weather. I wouldn't want to be here for more than 2 summers. I don't think I could do that. Would you recommend being an MA? Rather just work an easier job, as in like shorter hours and not so much like strain on your body, then I wouldn't recommend it. It's not bad. I mean, here we have like a rotation going on all the time, so the most you'll work on a good day is 6 hours, and the other 6 hours you'll be off. But you're still at work, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you can just leave. And other jobs, there's always like, you only work 8 hours, and then sometimes they tell you to go home, stuff like that. But being an MA is definitely, I'm already accustomed to it, and the idea of it, like, I'm fine with the idea of it, and I'm fine with the job we do. So, would you? Oh, that was the last would you question. Is Bahrain a really big culture shock? Okay, so when I first got to Bahrain, it was definitely different in the sense that when you go out, you definitely want to keep in mind that you're not back in the States, so you can't just go around wearing like tiny shorts and like a crop top. Like, that's not really okay here, and you have to understand that they're different in ways than like back home, and just how you wouldn't want them to go home and disrespect your country. You're not going to come here and disrespect theirs. So that's like the difference in all. You learn to like be a little more conservative and all of that. Definitely me, like, even when I went back home for Christmas last year, before I even got here, I was so used to not dressing a certain way anymore, like, because of A school and all of that. You obviously couldn't wear like short shorts or like crop tops, so like I would go home and I would wear shorts, or I would try to wear a pair of shorts, and I would be like, I literally look like a whore, I can't wear this. It is a culture shock though, because people here are just different, and their cultures are different, and their way of living is different, and you kind of have to understand that you're in their territory, they're not in yours. So yeah, that's kind of it. But when you understand that, and when you get used to it, and every day it's just, you already know like how it is, so it's fine. And those are all the questions I'm going to answer today. If you guys have any more, definitely message me on Instagram or comment down below. I have a Snapchat too. I don't really use Twitter. I kind of just deleted my Twitter, never reactivated it. But I'll put all of my social media at the end of this video. And just make sure to comment and let me know what you guys want to see. I'm working on decorating it and stuff like that. But if you guys would like to see my room, I have no problem like showing it. And that's pretty much it for today. And I'll see you guys.